This is my Hitmonchan Lock Punch Massage Gun.
Oh, it's super effective.
One of 3 projects for my real-life Pokémon Spa. But what are these other projects? How did I make them? And first of all, why was I even doing this? Well, last month, 2 things were happening at the same time. First, the Pokédoku devs invited me to make another puzzle, just like in my Meltan video. And second, my friend and mentor Ty, who's the leader of the band Lords of the Trident, has been trying to get me to make the drive to his place to hang out at his sauna. And because I said I had a pretty tight schedule, he suggested I made content out of it. He knows how to play his cards. And at that time, I also found out that they made a Pokemon foot bath spa in Japan, so I think I found out a way to make these 2 things happen in one video. And as a reminder, Pokédoku is a puzzle game where you fill out Pokemon based on the traits in the rows and columns. And for this Pokédoku, I'm going to be making a puzzle completely filled with projects from this channel, with a couple of rules.
First, it must be a project made by me from scratch. So if it was designed by someone else, like this Blastoise fountain, it's a no-go. Second, if it was used in the previous puzzle, it's also a no-go. So projects like Meltan are banned. And finally, I have to fill the remaining spaces with spa-based Pokemon projects, which should be easy to do after I reveal this puzzle. Now, this puzzle should be active from July 2nd through August 2nd, so if you want to play the puzzle within a day of this video releasing, just set an Alexa timer or something. But to go through this puzzle really quickly, we have the Porygon Switch, the Porygon, the gold-plated Goldango, the Coin Bank Gimmighoul, the Jello Ditto represented by my Squishy Ditto, the Bellibolt whose plasma belly broke and I'm replacing that right now, the Wobbuffet Punching Bag, the Wooper Water Gun, and finally the Porygon U. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little issue here.
There's no room to make projects for the video.
So thankfully the Pokédoku devs let me make a bonus puzzle so I can ban these projects from the next one. But to make the next puzzle, I had to use a bit of dark magic. You see, learning moves as a trait used to be common for a creator puzzle, but over the years it's been pretty unpopular and frowned upon. But thankfully the Pokédoku devs for my bonus puzzle allowed me to use this forbidden technique. And so for this new puzzle, we have the Staryu Guitaryu, the Poliwag Pencil Sharpener, my deflated Registeel costume, the Primal Groudon lamp that needs to be re-anchored, the Executor planter that's missing its plant, and the Spinda where you can draw any pattern. Which leaves 3 spaces left for my spa projects. And for the first box, we're gonna fill it with a box from today's sponsor, HelloFresh.
Yes, it's HelloFresh, the service that gives you pre-portioned ingredients and easy-to-follow instructions straight to your kitchen. You start by picking from HelloFresh's newly expanded roster of meal choices, and you can even swap ingredients to fit your tastes. They also now have an extra focus on proteins to meet your macro goals, and now you can even add premium proteins like steak for no extra cost. And their vegetable integrations were really yummy too, like these onions and peas that were a part of the shrimp curry, or these rangiri cut carrots that were part of this pork tonkatsu meal. And I think I was a little too excited to try this one. And these meals are so easy to cook and plate that you can finally make your mother proud before immediately disappointing her once again. And these meals are so tasty that even kids would like them. And while I don't have a kid, I do have a Reed.
The pasta a la lobster.
Dude, I ordered the shrimp. Okay, this is actually pretty good.
So if you want to get started, take advantage of my code, BigRigCreates HFCW, for 10 free meals and free breakfast for life.
For new and returning customers.
So use my link below or type in BigRigCreates HFCW at HelloFresh.com. And now, here's what's actually going to fill this box.
For Water plus Hoenn, it's going to be a highly requested Pokemon, Kyogre, because we're going to be making a water spout sauna. You see, in a normal sauna, you have to manually scoop up some water to pour over some rocks to get the steam going. However, in 2026, that feels just primitive. So my Kyogre, with the press of a button, is going to use Water Spout to spray water on those rocks, filling the entire room with steam. Now, Ty said that this thing is going to need to shoot at least 4 feet to make it work, so I'm going to buy this heavy-duty pump, and it says it can do 800 gallons per hour at 30 watts, 16 feet, 24 DC. That should be good, right? And so I started with this model from Fontora 3D, and because it doesn't actually have a water spout on its head, I created a bunch of holes for the water to flow through. And while this prints throughout the day, I need to find something that will contain the water, so what better place than the container store? I sneaked around the store testing the water pump with different vessels, but nothing really fit the vibe. So I figured I'd really start Suburban Mom maxing by going to this place called At Home. And while I found these, iconic and swagalicious mugs,
What are you doing in my swamp?
that's not what I was here for today. And it took me a bit of wandering, but I finally found this beauty, the perfect receptacle for this legendary Kyogre. Next, I modeled and printed out this splash lid for Kyogre to be on, and it really looks like an action shot where Kyogre is frozen in time. Really happy with how this turned out. So after gluing my custom hose adapter to Kyogre in the lid with some epoxy resin, it's time to give this thing a test. And if I hit this target, I'm gonna call that a success.
3, 2, 1.
And one angle change later,
Get there. That'll do. That'll do. Looks like it was only good for one shot, but you shouldn't be in a sauna for too long anyways.
so it seems to work for now, but we'll have to see if it works in an actual sauna later. Now for Can Learn Calm Mind and Monotype, we have Yamask for Yamask Therapy. Because apparently there are LED masks that some spas have that you can strap to your face, and then the different wavelengths of the different LED colors have positive results for your skin. If that's true, you would think gamers would have the healthiest skins in the world. But apparently the Mayo Clinic says this treatment can work. And who am I to question the Mayo Clinic? And with how Yamask is shaped, it should also be able to hold like a towel and a robe or something. So after spending an afternoon redesigning Yamask from scratch, I printed out all of the parts, and its eyes snap in perfectly. And I didn't know how to make this thing portable, so I just bought a slab of drywall and screwed it in. And for now, that should do the job. And now buckle up, because we're about to get to the mask. And we're not done with the creeps yet, because as I take it apart, it doesn't get much better. But with a golden spray paint job that looks pretty decent, all we need is the outline of the face that I printed out in TPU. And it's not perfect, but this is my little Yamask Therapy mask. And later on, I'm going to test to see if this RGB madness actually works. But for now, we're going to have to call this thing a day and put it on the board before we move to the final square of the puzzle. For our final square of Brick Break plus Kanto, we have Hitmonchan, which will deliver a Mach Punch massage. And that should be pretty self-explanatory. And the final project starts with this, the smallest portable massager I could find. It has attachments like this thing, and 3 different power settings that look really weird on camera. So I started by modeling the massager, and then I took a Hitmonchan model and tried to figure out in Blender how to actually pose this thing.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I noticed that you never pressed the subscribe button down there. So you better do it, or I'll have to beat you up.
Anyways, I finally figured out how to properly pose this guy. And now you might be wondering, how am I actually gonna get this massager in there? Well, as you can see, when I was slicing this thing, I made a tiny little slit as the seam, so I should just be able to split this thing open.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so Hitmonchan ended up in quite a few more pieces than I was expecting, but thankfully my measurements were correct and the massager fit perfectly into place. And after gluing everything back together again, and adding these eyes I printed out, Hitmonchan was looking pretty good, if you only look at it from its good side. And while I printed the arm to be an adapter that fits perfectly into place, I still needed to figure out how to make the glove. Well, we need the fist to be as soft as possible, like an actual massage gun tip. So we're gonna be making it with actual rubber using this mold and mold maker, but I'm not making a mold, the mold is making it. You're picking up what I'm putting down, right?
Okay. Hey, look at that. Yeah, all things considered, that looks pretty clean.
Now all we need to do is hope it actually fits the arm.
Oh. Ha. Fits just like a glove.
And for the finale, and to hit the magnet quota for the video, the feet snap on with 3 magnets apiece. And now it looks like a Hitmonchan, but the question is, Hitmon, can it give me a massage?
Oh yeah, it seems to be working.
Well, the quick test seemed to work out, and now we've completed our puzzle. But the question still remains, how would these function in an actual spa scenario?
Welcome to the Pokémon Spa. This is our water spout sauna. If you'd like some steam, just press Kyogre's button and you'll be good to go. Don't touch that.
So now it was time to see if my calculations were correct.
Now, sir, if you'll follow me to this bench, our lovely assistant Hitmonchan will give you your Mach Punch massage. Now, sir, be prepared for level 4.
I've never punched so much in a massage before.
And, sir, for our final treatment, Yamask therapy.
Yamask therapy?
Well, sir, it's from the Unova region, and technically that's the face of a dead child, but we ethically sourced it and we harnessed its power so that you can have its youthful energy absorbed into your skin pores.
Cool.
Let me help you put that on.
I don't think this is working.
Well, the Mayo Clinic said it would.
And yes, the Mayo Clinic uses ghosts.
Special thanks to the executive level patrons: Snowblows, Don Necco, X9 5 times, Grandma Watson, Connor Rhodes, Zebrabang, Sally and Dave, Pow Pow, Ulysses Mora, Marco Carini, Evan Timmerman, Harley Jean, and Jameson Zabios.